I know we worried about Iraq, we're worried about this and that, but it's important to think about the children. Forwarded from Master C. Miller, Shadow of Israel, on X, 9:28 a.m., January 26, 2025. Between 75,000 and 80,000 of the over 300,000 missing migrant children have been located, according to Harris Faulkner on Fox News. She stated that the Trump administration's efforts to identify these children began even before the election and emphasized the importance of finding these little ones. Faulkner blasted former Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for lying to a committee about not knowing the whereabouts of these missing children. Tom Homan announced that plans to launch an operation to locate and rescue these children will begin immediately. Billy Joe Cactus Mayorkas received no pardon and should be put on trial and sent to prison for this lack of protecting humans. Enlightenment, it's all about the children. We will never stop fighting for the children. Brett Moulton, they need to be held accountable. Stephen Baker, why isn't there more outrage about these missing children? We're talking about tens of thousands of kids unaccounted for, yet all the buzz seems to be about who killed JFK. Shouldn't the safety and well-being of vulnerable children take center stage? Mitch Lawrence, you mean we have a president and a new border czar who actually give a damn about children? What happened to Not My Job, Mayorkas? Locating all of the missing children is one of the most important things we need to do. Many of these children are living with predators. Yeah. Some of these children are in forced sex trade and forced labor. And no one's even looking for them. In my sources of life, no one's even looking for them. So I make this promise, when President Trump's president again, we will go rescue these children and save them. I asked Donald Trump in my interview with him that I had with Pete and Will, at Bedminster, asked him directly, would you locate these children? Will you promise to find the children that the Biden administration has lost? And he told me straight up, that's easy. Absolutely, yes. One last thing I want to note: when you were in charge in charge of Homeland Security and Border Patrol, there was a letter sent by Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, and Laura Bush. All three of them saying, we're so upset. We're writing this letter to defend the children, to fight for the children that Donald Trump has separated at the border. Where are they now? Shame on them. I appreciate you joining us, Tom. It's really great to have you, and thank you for bringing attention to this very important topic. Thank you. Forwarded from Ruthless Warrior. To my conspiracy theorist family, black sheep should be called lions of the family. Within every family, there are unique members who break patterns. The so-called black sheep, however, far from being a burden or a problem, they are in fact the lions of the family system, the scouts towards the liberation of the family tree. From an early age, they often question beliefs, challenge traditions, and pave the way for paths never traveled. They are the ones who are criticized, judged, or even rejected, but they play a fundamental role, freeing the family from repetitive patterns that cause frustration for generations. These revolutionary spirits who do not fit in, those who cry out for revolution and do not conform to the status quo, are agents of change. They are the ones who heal, purify, and they regenerate the family tree, creating new branches full of life and potential. Thanks to their courage and perseverance, the family roots are renewed. Their rebellion is fertile soil. Their apparent madness nourishes the tree like refreshing water. Their persistence brings new winds, and their passion lights the flame that rekindles the hearts of those who came before. Do not let anyone to dim your light and make you doubt your essence. Take care of your uniqueness, this rare that is the most beautiful and precious flower of your family tree. You are, in fact, the dream that came true of your entire ancestral generation and an inspiration to humanity. Author unknown. Department of State at State Department. The State Department will continue to enforce and prioritize an America First agenda following President Petro's refusal to accept 2 repatriation flights he previously authorized. At SEC, Rubio immediately ordered a suspension of visa issuance at the U.S. Embassy Pagoda Consular Section. At SEC, Rubio is now authorizing travel sanctions on individuals and their families who were responsible for the interference of U.S. repatriation flight operations. Measures will continue until Colombia meets its obligations to accept the return of its own citizens. America will not back down when it comes to defending its national security interests. 3:38 p.m. 126:25. This little miss, she posted this 12:03 p.m. January 27th, 2025. What's being shown on television is totally cute military alliance control of everything. Television watchers are being actively deprogrammed. That's why there are those are confused. That's what is needed to break the hypnotic spell they are under. Debbie, is that why the Patriot is the only good thing on right now? This little miss. MSM, I'm referring to specifically love. Teresa, I think rip the band-aid off. They'll be in shock for a while, but they'll get over it. I think the slow stuff they're getting used to hearing soon, they'll start ignoring it too. V2. Honestly, I hope, 100. I trust my instincts too, above all. They are seriously telling me no, but I also trust you all too. So I will just be observatory. Honestly, just being real. You are all also family. Peter John. Once you deposit the TV in the trash where it belongs, you will find the thought of watching it again nauseating and unbearable. Truly, I tell you, if you want to break the hold of the evil matrix, ditch the soapbox for good. At least with X, we have control over what is viewed. Alan, haven't had a television for 20 years. Yuan, the Great Awakening. Jeed, posted 4:19 a.m. January 27, 2025. Alert, alert, alert. Parliamentary Finance already approved Kurdistan Hydrocarbon Law HCL, but the House of Representatives didn't yet. And yesterday, the Iraqi government said they can pass it without the House of Representative approval based on Article 77/11 from the 3 years budget. A whole bunch of blah blah blahs. AVCDC. F-26 said it would automatically become law after 15 days. I do not know when the clock started clicking. Majid. It was approved December 5th, 2024. They said it becomes a law once it is published in the Gazette. It has not been published yet, so it's already past the 15 days. Ross Morgan. Someone else mentioned this idea. What if this is all just theatre and President Trump has a planned date for RV? Everything about President Trump is timed perfect. That's why you can see so much getting done so quickly. He's had 4 or more years to prepared for this moment to make the absolute most of this restoration of the Republic. It wouldn't surprise me if the RV is pending certain requisites for President Trump to unleash this wealth transfer hutch. It wouldn't surprise me if the RV is pending certain prerequisites for President Trump to unleash this wealth transfer. That's my thinking also, Ross. Maybe the actual RV date, like the war against the Kabul, is event-driven and not an actual date. Tara369. It seems that if the RV needs RLUSD to exchange into, then we need to wait until March 10 when ISO 20022 goes live in the US. Then March 4th is when it seems we'll have our republic back. Janice, do you remember when President Trump went on his WW tour the first time to these countries? I believe he set all this up then. All we're doing now is waking people up to the corruption. I think he'll announce it soon. Lily, yes, it's already done. All these podcasters have a role to drag us to the finish line. It's a great time to be alive. Papa Trump is boss man. Vietnam is embarking on a bright new chapter defined by the party's vision of a new era. The era of the nation's rise, building on 4 decades of consistent economic growth and a proven resilience in overcoming past challenges. The country has swiftly elevated its global standing, record high GDP, rapidly expanding trade, and strong inflows of foreign investment underscore Vietnam's dynamic progress toward the milestones set for 2030 and 2045, becoming a higher middle income nation with modern industry by the former and a developed high income country by the latter. The party's resolve in combating corruption, streamlining governance, and reinforcing major breakthroughs in institutional reform, human resources, and infrastructure provides a solid foundation for achieving these ambitions, ensuring that Vietnam's forward momentum continues at an accelerated pace. Equally promising are the emerging engines of growth from high-quality FDI in semiconductors and AI to next-generation free trade agreements, all of which position Vietnam as a rising economic powerhouse. The nation's commitment to fostering a wealthy people, strong nation, democratic, equitable, and civilized society speaks to the depth and inclusivity of its vision, achieving growth rates exceeding 10%, bolstering productivity and elevating the quality of investments will translate into sustainable gains that benefit all segments of society by championing institutional reforms, what the party calls the key of all keys, and maintaining a vigilant stance against corruption. Vietnam paves a confident path toward a prosperous future in this exciting new era. Majid posted 10:06 a.m. January 27th, 2025. Alert, alert, alert. The U.S. Federal Reserve warns the Central Bank of Iraq against smuggling dollars, and Sudani calls on American companies to invest in Iraq. They'd be dumb as fuck if they think they can smuggle more dollars to Iran while there is no dollar flowing into the country since Wednesday. They have to revalue or they are fucked.
ممثلي الشركات الأمريكية.
It's no English. Kim. And being fucked is not an option. Trump isn't going to allow them to fuck things up for their country, for the US and the other countries waiting on this first dang domino. Indeed, I like you. Dinar revaluation, Sunday, January 26, 2025. AJ, the 1,000 dinar is worth 0.76 cents inside Iraq, 25th of January. Of all the posts I have made, this is the most important one to watch. Why? Because there is no one dinar in Iraq. They use the 1,000 dinar just like we use the dollar. The 1,000 dinar is worth 0.76 cents. I'll explain later something Dr. Shabibi said. Good morning. Hope you all had a great weekend. Today is a very exciting day for us Americans and for freedom. I was asked what I thought about the CBO issuing new security features on the 2021 notes. It's aimed at taking counterfeits out of circulation before the CBO issues new lower denomination notes. In Iraq, they use the 1,000 dinar note just like we use the dollar bill here. See the video clip below from inside Iraq. Below are the IQD to dollar value. 250 IQD equals 0.19 cents USD. 500 IQD is 0.38 cents USD. 1,000 IQD, 0.76 USD. 5,000 IQD, $3.81 USD. 10,000 IQD, 7.63 USD. 25,000 IQD is 19.08 USD. 50,000 IQD is 38.16 USD. All these goods in Iraq will need to be repriced with the new lower denomination notes pricing. When they switch the old notes out for the new ones, I'm still out of town. Be back tomorrow. Majid on X. Coming from Kurdistan, U.S. military vehicles arriving on the west side of Iraq. Ain al-Assad base in Anbar. LFGGG. Brothers Technology Inc. Alert. Trump isn't playing. Information/Anbar. A security source in Anbar province reported on Sunday that a convoy carrying American equipment arrived at the Ain al-Assad base from Erbil province. The source told /information/ that a large American convoy carrying American military equipment arrived at the Ain al-Assad airbase in the Baghdad district in the Hit district west of Anbar. Coming from Erbil Governorate without knowing the real reasons behind the arrival of military reinforcements to the base building. He added that the operation of moving the convoy from Erbil governorates to the Ain al-Assad base was accompanied by an American flight in the sky of the areas where the convoy is to protect it to the place of its settlement. He explained that American security companies carry out the task of delivering this equipment while the soldiers are transferred by warplanes to the Ain al-Assad airbase and from there to the areas of presence of American forces, stressing that the operations of movement of American forces have decreased significantly during the past period ended. Coming from Erbil, the arrival of the convoy of American military vehicles to the Ain al-Assad base in Anbar by Walter on January 26, 2025. And Majid's also posted, alert, Congress called on Trump to reclaim Iraq from Iran. LFGGG. Sounds like Iran about to assume the position. He's laughing. Alert. Hey, how do you translate that? CBS, the new U.S. Secretary of Defense, requests the Iraq file as the first file on his desk. And then he circled translated from Arabic by Google. Which one of them is the Minister of Defense? When things feel too overwhelming, remember, one day at a time, one thought at a time, one moment at a time, and one task at a time.